Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cubicle 7 update. I am Dom McDowell, I run Cubicle 7, and I'm joined today by Podrick Murphy, WAFRUP producer, and Emmett Byrne, senior producer. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Excellent. So we've, as you people who've been listening to this series before will have noticed that we can go on for hours about the stuff that that we're working on. I mean, there's so much of it, and as you probably picked up, we're a fairly passionate bunch. So, but today we're going to try and keep it short. We are going to be looking at the top line updates. There's more information available on the website. So if you're looking at sort of like where things are in the production process, what's at the printers, what's on its way back from the printers, when things are going to be sent out for pre-order customers, and when things will get into stores. There's a huge update that Emmett put together for us recently. So have a look at that. That's a good place to get a big sort of overview. And we'll be doing a few more of these videos that are a bit more in depth on particular subjects, as well as all the usual blog posts and announcements that we have on the website and on the social medias. So that's new style update today, and I'll spoil that.
It's probably worth saying if people have anything they would like us to actually talk about in particular, because we've a couple ideas, but if there's anything in particular people are interested in, maybe about the process of going through things or talking about books that we've already released and things like that, I think that'd be, just let us know.
Definitely. How would they do that? That is to info@cubicle7games.com, I think.
Yeah, or just comments on the video should do it as well.
That'll work. Yeah. Great. Yeah, we would love to hear from you. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of. But be kind. So,
so in my experience, comments below a video on the internet are the kindest place on, the kindest place for discourse. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, actually, and they are. It's
we have great fans. We're blessed, in fairness.
Yes. So yeah. Right, as well as trying to say less, I will launch into the top line updates. So jump in, everybody, and if you could fill in some details as we go. So I was going to start off with patrons, because that was a very exciting PDF that just came out for WAFRUP.
Yeah, I really like Patrons of the Old World, and as canny buyers will notice, it's volume 1, so there is another one coming. Patrons of the Old World is PDF content, so it's available from our store and the usual digital distribution channels. It's got 4 kind of like high-end, fairly influential NPCs that GMs can use as like patrons, as the name is, for a group of characters to pursue like a pretty high-end agenda. So a lot of WAFRUP games can be low level, and I think that's really cool, and it's kind of the roots of the setting as well, and then they tend to grow out of that. But if you have a group who have already killed all the rats in the local sewer and want to maybe get involved in a slightly higher end investigation, like help an elf who's trying to track down all of the stolen Ulthuan and Aenir artifacts that are being traded throughout the Empire, and eventually maybe that would culminate in getting your hands on something particularly powerful, then this is the type of book that would really suit your game, basically. So there's 4 of them. They've all got their own little hooks, several different hooks. They've all got an endeavor that you can a specific endeavor you can do with
the new endeavors are really cool. I think that's something that people have been reacting to really well, isn't it? And that's something that I personally
they're good, and a lot of them have like I like them, and a lot of them have like nice little like, rarely this will happen as well. And there's some good ones in there that I'm really pleased with.
But Podrick, what happens if one of those patrons wants you to go to Altdorf? What are you going to do then?
Oh, well, you're at a loss unless you wait until the end of the month, at which point Altdorf, Crown of the Empire, will be released, and you will have a massive 224-page book.
Big.
Which is bigger than Middenheim, which is the other city book we did. A massive book.
I mean, Altdorf is bigger than Middenheim.
Well, we don't want to upset the Ulrichans. Come on.
Hold on.
Let's get into population density. Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, seeing as one of my updates to the book for Middenheim was, I have killed 360,000 citizens of Middenheim because I put a typo in the population. Let's not get too into population densities either. But I mean, Middenheim is very important and very singular, but of course Altdorf is, exactly as it says, the crown of the empire. It's at least currently the most important city in the old world. People will argue, but I think it definitely is. and the Altdorf Crown of the Empire explores that. You've got tons of NPCs. Every district of the city is explored. We've got so many plot hooks. It's a real ton of stuff. We've crammed it, I think, with things. There's special rules. There's a fog table to see how foggy it is in Altdorf when you're there. Crucial stuff. But it's all things that feeds into the mood of the city, which is, Altdorf, like the Great Reek. It is a very singular place that's it's the heart of Sigmarite worship. It's where the Emperor lives and holds court. It's a massively influential place, and it's a place that my favorite section of it deals with other groups who realize Altdorf's a very influential place to be. So different types of organizations involved in spying there and in espionage and diplomacy, and how they try to manipulate the Empire and what they're up to. So I quite like that section as well. But I think there's something in there for everybody. There's a ton of stuff. I think it's really nice, and it's great that we get the the capital out with a really, really nice map as well. I think the map's going to raise a little eyebrows. Jerome Hugan has been working on that, and it's just like, it's good. It's a good map, everybody. I think you'll like it.
Absolutely.
So I'll have another one to put behind me soon.
Yes. And then
So Altdorf will be out at the end of the month.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to move us on to 40k, because that was competing for the column inches this week, wasn't it? It was the completion of the Litanies of the Lost campaign. Emmett, what's your favourite bit of that?
I think honestly, I think the first adventure, the horror adventure in the Manufactorum, which the name completely escapes me at the moment. Dark Bidding? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Episode 1 of Litanies of the Lost.
Yeah, episode 1. Oh my God, Elaine is going to be so insulted that I can't remember the name of it. It's been a busy week. Okay, it's Friday. But yeah, no, I think that's it's really nice. It kind of goes into the different sections of the Manufactorum and think, okay, how does this work? Almost like an organism. You have different parts that have to, sync up with other parts, and then you're, basically setting a horror adventure in there, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the first 3 parts of that out. Actually, I think by the time this goes out, we will have all of the book out. So we'll be putting together the collected PDF, and that will be going out as well, and then that will be printing in the next few weeks. Exciting for those who might have seen our monthly production update, as we announced 2 new books for Wrath and Glory. One is Redacted Records, which I think is going to be really exciting, very much in the vein of the Archives of the Empire that we've done for Wolfrup. So a lot of different kind of article, kind of magazine style sections in the book concerning different things. So you have a whole section on Space Hulks, and then tables to create your own Space Hulk, an example Space Hulk. You have more frameworks for your group. You have cults of Avacrus as well, and kind of a couple of different cults and how to use them in your game. So I think it'll be a really nice supplement for folks. So the writing is underway on that at the moment, the writing and artwork. So that should be really, really nice. And then we have also announced Imperial Cities Caribbean. So the Imperial Cities part of it would let you believe that there's going to be more of these in the future. But we'll be doing a bit of a deep dive on Caribbean, similar again to in Wolfrup, the way that we've looked at Middenheim and Altdorf, and just diving into the Hive City and seeing what it's like on the ground in the Hive, and what the players will see. And it'll be packed full of adventure hooks as well, like all of our books. So yeah, we've announced those 2 recently, which is very exciting, but they're early in development at the moment, so we're still a few months away from those. But we'll keep people updated as we have more of those.
Very cool. And over on Age of Sigmar, what's been happening this month?
Yeah, so on Age of Sigmar, we have released Petrified Wood, which is the 4th adventure in Shadows in the Mist, and we've also released Aquanurglus, which is the 5th adventure in Shadows in the Mist. The first one is the Petrified Wood, written by Elaine Lithgow, feels like a noir detective thriller to start off with. You're investigating the death of a Sylvaneth that is found petrified in the streets. It's quite a haunting piece of art that was done for it, which is nice. And then by the end of the adventure, things have just gone absolutely bonkers. I won't spoil who is up to mischief, but it's a lot of fun. There's a great ticking clock towards the end for the final encounters there. And then Aqua Nurglis is directly follows on from Crucible of Life, which was our third adventure in Shadows in the Mist. So there's a plague overrunning Anvilgard, and you're sent to find out the source and stop it. The next adventure, Balancing the Scales, will lead on directly from that, and it kind of this absolutely wild culmination to the events of the Shadows in the Mist campaign. So that should be out in the next few weeks, and we will be releasing the additional content for Shadows in the Mist, which is kind of when you get the whole book together, you'll have this section on Harkonnen, which for those who are following the Broken Realms Marathi storyline, Marathi has gone in and taken over Anvilgard and now calls it Harkonnen. So the Daughters of Cain are pretty much in charge there. So we have a section in the book that's basically details what happened, how the city was taken, and what it's like now to go in there, and where was if your party was there for prior to Broken Realms, where were they when it happened? Were they in the city? Were they lured out of the city? And how that played out. We also have a couple of one-page adventures in there, which are adventures set after the fall of Anvilgard, which should be really interesting as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, plenty in there.
Cool.
Yeah. That sounds great. I like the idea of a kind of a noir story in Soulbound. It's a bit of a different take on how I see Soulbound anyway, which I know everyone makes the game their own, but that's an interesting
it's a nice
twist.
change of pace.
Yeah, it hits a point in it where it goes from investigate into utter chaos, quite literally.
Yeah, if you can't pull out a hammer and summon lightning and throw runic magics around the place, what are you even playing? Like you need to do that too.
Speaking of going into the sewers, and I won't spoil too much. But yeah, one of the things on that as well is actually there's 3 just beautiful maps for the combat locations in that, and the location Spire Route, which is where the Sylvaneth live in Anvilgard, is really lovely. That are kind of nice. I think people will get a lot of use out beyond the adventure.
Great.
Speaking of maps as well, I should say that we had been asked previously if there was going to be a map for Anvilgard, and yes, there will be a map for Anvilgard, and it will be releasing in the next few weeks along with the final book. So people will be able to see what cool. Anvilgard looks like from the top down. It's mostly covered in mist, so you can't see a whole lot. There seems to be a lot of similarities between Altdorf and Anvilgard.
Yeah, we didn't render the mist on the map, but yeah.
Awesome stuff.
No, yeah, sounds great.
Cool. So what else have we got? We've got. We will be talking a bit more about Doctor Who and Lone Wolf. Probably next time. I'd hope that we'll be able to be talking about this time, but that's going to have to sneak into next time for good reasons. So, but which will be well worth the wait. So that we'll come back to. What have we got on the virtual tabletops? I think we've got Death on the Reich that should be ready to release soon.
Yeah. That will be on its way for the Foundry VTT very soon, which is class. I know some people are really hotly anticipating that one, and for good reason. It'll be great, I think. And on the Roll20 front, we'll have the starter set and Rough Nights Out Days.
Fantastic.
Both coming soon as well.
Lots of people waiting on those, aren't there?
Speaking of Death on the Reich, should mention the shipping update on Death on the Reich, which it's still on its way to us.
It is. Yep, I think
should be here in the next few weeks. I think.
Yeah. We're recording this on the 12th of March. It's so lovely. It really is just.
Yeah, this is the 12th
beautiful.
of March. Yeah, it's nice. So that's the 2 special collector's edition covers.
So nice.
I'm really pleased with the way they come out, and of course I got my copy early, so. My scheme has worked once again.
That's the best bit. That's the best bit of the job. Just so
it is just. I'm really sorry, everybody. Yeah. They are on the way. I think they're to arrive in Ireland. Is it towards the end of this?
It is, yes,
and
to the States as well. So I think I can't remember the exact date, and it'll vary by a few days anyway. But we're expecting them by the end of the month. Then of course they checked in and processed and sent out to everybody. So. I won't try and sort of guess off the top of my head, but they should start arriving with people in April. So can't wait to see what everybody thinks. But they are, they're beautiful. I love them. And yes, it's great to we pretend that we're doing quality assurance when really that's just securing our own copies a little bit in advance.
Yeah, it's just like I'm here out of the office being like, oh, I need a physical one. I'm gonna have to get another one for me to my house from our printers, please. Yeah. And I suppose on that front, I just before the call, haphazardly or by happenstance, I think I did the last step of sign off on the final page of Power Behind the Throne, that whole set, and collector's edition with the printers as well. Excellent. So that one is in press, is being with ink is being spat on pages. Yep. to say it in the least romantic way possible. But yeah. So that one will give an update in our production updates, which are great, and on the website about when that one ships as well.
Yep.
So
I don't know if anybody remembers from previous updates, but we had the combination last year, I think, of the global shipping chaos due to the pandemic and just like the impact on manufacturing, and then on top of that, we needed to change our manufacturer as well. So we did have a little bit of a delay there while we got a new manufacturer lined up and tested, and but we're through that now. So the Death on the Reich is coming at the end of this month. The Age of Sigmar starter set, Soulbound starter sets, coming in at a similar time. And then I think we've got pretty much monthly shipments then coming in, haven't we, with everything else that's on its way. So we should see a reduction in that kind of turnaround time at the moment, and we're over the hump of that series of delays that we had. It's still taking a bit longer to get things across the ocean. There was that big imbalance. All the shipping containers of the world seem to end up in America, and we had to wait to try and get some of them back to other places so that shipping could happen. I don't even pretend to understand the complexities of that network. But anyway, the good news is that seems to be starting to sort itself out. So that lead time should get smaller and smaller, hopefully now. So that is good news. And I can't wait to see everything. It's fantastic. Then what else do we have for this update? We had. Is that it? I think we were trying to be quick, weren't we? I'm casting around for more things to say, but I think that hits all of the major things, doesn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we go into more detail in the production update, so you can find out what's being written, what's currently being edited, what's in layout, what's printing. So we have plenty of detail in there. But yeah, I think we'll shorter videos, easier to consume, and then we'll do some nice deep dive, fireside whiskey drinking, talking about the city of Altdorf type thing, and those kind of videos.
Yeah, we can tell the story of the toe brandy. That one, which I think people will enjoy if we're going to be drinking in front of a fireplace. Why not?
Absolutely. Okay, great. Well, thank you, everybody. Keep an eye on cubicle7games.com and associated social media places for the latest updates. Sign up to the newsletter if you're not already, and you'll get a good dose of news from that as well. So thank you again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, folks.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.